we are nicely making way from Georget Town to Staniel. About 10 knots of wind. Maybe 3-4 foot waves. I don't know, maybe less. Just long rollers, very comfortable. Just passed this boat behind me. Where is it? Back there. 36 feet, so I should be passing it. Can't be too proud of that. And it's a nice day to sail. Well, we're flying wing and wing now. There's a bit of a feat on the catamaran. And we're only making 4 knots. I think we've got 11 knots, maybe 10 of wind speed. Yeah, so I think I will be lucky if I get the Little Farmer's Key tonight. Well, this is kind of remarkable. I was fighting for 4 knots out there in the chop, but in here, now I'm making 4.5 with 7 knots of wind. And complete and utter quiet. No chop, no engine. All I can hear is the prop freewheeling around. Beautiful. Just came in Farmer's Cut. We're ghosting along at, I don't know, maybe 3 knots if I'm lucky. There's hardly any, less than 10 knots I think. But it's pretty. Zero wave action, which is refreshing. It's a little choppy out there, not really unpleasant, but this is nicer. And I can ghost along and make really good time with on a quartering reach here with hardly any wind. Awfully pretty water, pretty anchorage. Okay, you kind of have to see this to believe it. I mean, let's look back here. Look at the way we're making in like 10 knots of wind. It's crazy. This is the windward island from, well, I mean, this is the island that's protecting me from the chop out of the sound. And it's just flat water here, and we're still making 5+ knots. It's awesome. I mean, this is the way to travel. This is like driving on an interstate highway. And it's all like 5 feet deep, 6 feet deep. There's the foredeck. Sails backlit by the sun. Absolutely beautiful. Sun's going to set in maybe an hour, a little less maybe. Got some lines out there on the deck that are drying, pushing its way through the water. I just love the way these sails just sit there and generate so much energy to keep us moving. Well, this is just too perfect. I'm just ghosting along here at 4.2 knots. What have I got? 6.6 knots of wind. Absolute flat calm out here on the bank, sheltered by that island behind me from the chop out of the sound. There wasn't much chop either because there's not much wind. But look at that water. Isn't that amazing? I'm headed to Black Point. Get there right about dark. That's as close as I can get to Staniel tonight. Rounding Black Point at the golden hour. Well, it's kind of the perfect end to the perfect day. Anchored right at sunset without even starting the engines. I just furled the jib while we were under the main and then dropped the main and jumped forward and dropped the anchor. And did not waste, no fossil fuels were destroyed in the making of this day. The sun's just setting. See that? It's kind of pretty. Is there going to be a green flash?